This video is going to be a timeless message you're meant to see when you need to walk by faith and not by sight. However, I am going to reference a little bit of the timeline that we're on right now. As you guys know, in my previous content, I have been talking about Jupiter in Cancer. I've been talking about water signs a lot, and I have been translating what that means for us in our journey. Today is just about the message that you need to hear, whether that is confirmation, whether that is pushing you forward into that open road energy that is waiting for you. I really just want to channel spirit. I want to channel spirit without any other tools, but I also just want to capture the energy that I'm in today. This beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy of 777. You're going to see 777 when not only you're about to make a breakthrough, but you're going to see 777 as a confirmation to walk by faith and not by sight. Nothing's testing you. Nothing is testing you. Your roads are open, and it's time for you to expand. Everything around you is waiting on your response. Everything is waiting on you to say yes to whatever it is that is next and highest and best for you. God is simply waiting on you to respond. God is waiting on you to take the first step. God is waiting on you to be ready. God is waiting on you to move. Nothing is testing you. No one is standing in your way. The road is clear. The road is open. Sometimes we think that there's a test. Sometimes we think that the road is blocked or closed, or we think that there's some obstacle, or there's some more healing, or there's some more growth to do. And what Spirit really wants you to receive right now is that there's no better time than now to go ahead and expand. Right now, it's a moment that's calling for an expansion of you. You're ready to move forward. You're ready to take that leap of faith. You're ready to make a permanent shift, not just a temporary shift, not just exploring options, but you're ready to actually change. There's some things around you right now. Let me reframe what I was going to say. There's some things around you right now that may be pulling you in different ways. Some of these things are comforts, right? Some of these things are things that make us feel good, that pacify us, that make life a little bit easier, but it's not truly what we need and truly what we want. In fact, some of these comforts that we have are actually causing us to settle. And then there's other things that are just simply distractions, simply things that are thrown into your path to throw you off or get your attention or keep you focused on negativity or keep you vibrating in a frequency that does not even serve you at this present time. The biggest focus right now should be doing things that are going to expand your life, that are going to cause you to monumentally grow and expand quicker. I'm sitting in front of a banana tree that I planted earlier this year, which shout out to my banana tree. I love my banana trees. They are growing so beautifully, and that's why I'm subtly showing them off and bragging on them as if they were my kids. These banana trees, they love sun. They like rain. They get a lot of sun. They get a lot of rain. It just rained earlier today. But guess what? I still put in the soil nutrients to boost its growth. I still gave the tree fertilizer so that, yes, it's going to get the sun and the rain, but it's also going to get that boost so that when it's in the right condition, not only does it grow, but it expands exponentially. Right now, we're in a season where we can expand exponentially. Right now, we're in a season where we have just enough sun, just enough rain, and we also have that fertilizer that we need to really, really boost us into some crazy growth, into our new book, because I haven't forgotten about that book that we're opening. I said last year in 2025 that as we walk into this number 10 year, which is 2026, we're going to be opening a new book. But in order to open the new book, you have to close the last one. We're in 2026. The whole theme of 2026 is listening to your body and honoring your emotions. Okay? I don't care how clairvoyant and psychic you claim, and you can pull cards all day long, but if you can't listen to the gentle, pay attention, gentle nudges. If you can't pay attention to the gentle nudges from your nervous system, from your body, from your spirit, you are not psychic, you're not clairvoyant, you're not that spiritually tapped in. Okay? It's time for many of us to start listening to ourselves. Okay? Because how can you build and strengthen your psychic gifts if you're so powerful? How can you strengthen any of that? How can you be so intuitive and you don't even listen to yourself? Actually believing, actually having faith is way more important than the information that you know. It's way more important than the rituals that you know how to perform and put together. We have the religion, or we have the spiritual structure, and then the ritual is the place that we go to get the solution, to get the medicine, to get the practice that we need to put into play. It comes from the ritual. It's okay if you have a certain religion that you follow, or certain spiritual text that is guiding you, and certain rituals that you have in place, whether it's going to church or going to a mass or a meditation, or burning certain candles, or taking spiritual baths, whatever it may be. But you have to be very, very clear about what is being derived from the ritual and the information, and how am I going to put it into play. Because if you're not putting it into play in 2026, you're stagnating yourself. It's time for expansion. It's time for exponential growth. The roads are open, and the only thing that will stop you is you and the things that you let fool and distract you from the steps, the moves that you need to make towards closing the book that you're currently in and starting the new one. For some of us right now, the color purple is going to be really, really significant. So if you do want to do some rituals, you want to do some magical things that will boost your faith and boost your understanding and boost your readiness of expansion, I would encourage you to work with the color purple. Wear the color purple, use purple herbs or dark blue herbs like blue lotus, lavender, butterfly pea, I think is another one, cornflower. Yeah, those are the only things that come to mind right now. But yes, I would encourage you to work with dark blue or purple herbs, wear dark blue or purple clothing. Just surround yourself in this energy of a deep, deep inner knowing, intuition, higher understanding, and higher awareness. Because again, it's not about the knowledge, it's not about the intellect. It's about being ready to expand, being ready to grow. There's more to see, there's more to do, but the space that you're in right now, and maybe it's not a physical space, maybe it's a platform, maybe it's a job, maybe it is a community, Maybe you're limiting yourself somehow. And if you could just see, you and God are co-creating this next book that's opening right before your eyes. But imagine you're in the process of closing out the final chapter of the book that you're in right now. And this book could represent the past 10 years of your life. This book could represent 20 years of your life. It could represent however much time that you think will be if you had a series of books written about your life. Just imagine how you could open a new book with a bang. Like, whoa, you know? That's what spirit, that's what God, and that's what your ancestors are really, really trying to get you to see right now. And that's what they're trying to prepare you for in this moment. But it requires your acceptance, and it requires your yes, and it requires your faith. Your faith without knowing the outcome, your faith without seeing how it's all going to work out. Just taking a step, lining everything up that's necessary, and then surrendering to the moment. I've seen this, and I don't know why this message is ringing all day, but denial is not delay. Denial is not delay. So even if you do something and you're told no, that's just confirmation that you need to wait on something bigger and better. And I've been making a lot of content recently about waiting, about how there's something that is really, really monumental that's on the way for a lot of us in the collective that is going to be life-changing, like permanently life-changing in a really, really good way. But there's some work that's loading. There's some things that we have to do in order to prepare and properly wait for that blessing to come through. If you expand and you try really hard to push out, and then you're told no, right? That just means that, okay, we gotta wait in this container a little bit more. I repotted a lot of plants this year, and I did a lot of gardening this year while I was on my 2-month hiatus from social media. And one of the things that I learned from my plant babies is that if they stay in the same pot for 5 years, 10 years, they're going to shrink. The leaves aren't going to be as lush, the flowers aren't going to be as big, and the plants just won't look as beautiful because their growth is stunted. Their roots are struggling at the bottom because their roots are wrapped all around the soil in the pot in the inside. And as soon as I repotted some of my plants and I put some fertilizer in them and gave them all the, the nutrients and the right soil blend that they needed, in a couple months, they took off. Beautiful blooms, lush green flowers, lush green leaves, like as if I had just bought it from the store. And some of these plants I've had for years. So it taught me a really important lesson that it's okay to expand. It's okay to know my time is up right here. It's okay to know it's time to do something different. It's time to move on. And that doesn't mean that the container or the environment or the space or the community that you were in at that time served absolutely no purpose. It just means that you're bigger now. You're ready for more. And instead of shrinking yourself to fit something that just no longer comfortable and no longer works for you, it's time to embrace the expansion.